Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Games and Hobbies. This is episode 5. I'm your host CJ Harris and I'm joined by Cole Feezer
Hello.
and Mark Hall.
Sala, I said no camels.
What's that from?
Only the best
Is it
movie
Princess
ever.
Bride?
No, it's not. Come on.
you said that
Indiana
was-
Jones and the Last Crusade.
I've seen each Indiana Jones exactly one time.
Well, look, the new ones you can see one time. But the Last Crusade you should see like a dozen times.
The first time I tried to watch them, I didn't like them. I thought they were very silly.
What?
But the second time I sat there and watched them all, I loved them. So
Okay.
I guess it just took a second.
Yeah, you should
second
get to
watch.
watching them. Anyway, the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade I think has the most quotable lines.
Is there an Indiana Jones board game? Is there a good one?
Oof, probably not.
There should be. I guess it's just Arnak.
Yeah, Arnak is probably inspired
Arnak is
by.
the Indiana Jones
yeah.
board game that we deserve.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we have a good episode, just like always. It's always good episodes, right? But we are doing our holiday gift guide. So we're going to run you through some games that we have here in the store that we think would make good gifts for anybody who you may want to give a gift to. We did narrow them down a little bit to help you decide who you might want to give that gift to. But first, let's talk about some things we have coming up this week. So as always, Wednesday is Open Wargaming and Crokinole. We're actually, after this, going to the
Sign of the Horse Brewery. We're going to bring Crokinole.
Yeah, so that's going to be every month, the
Right now, it is the third Tuesday of every month.
third Tuesday of every month.
If you guys like it and want to see more of it, we'll talk to the ownership and see what's what.
Yeah, so next week we'll tell you how that went, and maybe we'll take some pictures or something. We'll see what happens.
We'll definitely take some pictures.
Thursday, we have our Star Wars Unlimited Weekly Play, so we'll be doing another draft, as we always do. We also have Leah's Kids Game Club. She made sure to tell me that it is called a game club from 5 to 8 p.m. So she does a great job with little ones, plays a bunch of games with them. They all have a great time. A lot of 6-7s thrown around. That's my favorite part.
You went there.
You went there. Why? This was going great up until that moment. What are you doing?
Do you think anybody's going to comment 6-7?
Oh.
Well, now that you said it, yes, they are.
They won't. You know why they won't? Because I can see on Facebook. There may be a couple regulars will, but most people won't because our view rate starts here and then it goes, and then nobody watches for the rest of the video.
Prove them wrong, people.
That's right. Yeah, I want to see that line go like that. Anyway, Friday is as always board game night at 6 p.m. We've been having a great turnout for that. We always get new faces and people have a great time. The 22nd is our monthly Warhammer 40K 2,000 point tournament.
That's right.
Mark can talk more about that.
It starts at 10 a.m. We recommend you be here by 9:45 to register. There'll be a $10 entry fee. There'll be prizes awarded for first, second, and third place. There will be an in-store discount that people who participate will receive. We usually decide that the day of, but it's pretty much always the same thing. Anyway, sessions or rounds are 3 hours long, so we get 3 games in, and everybody has a really good time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So show up at, like I said, 9:45. It'll start around 10. You break for lunch, and then we go probably to like 7 to 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
So
6
it
or
can be a
7.
long day, but it's a lot of fun. Oh, God.
Wonder how many I can get in.
You know, with great power comes great responsibility, and you're not wielding your responsibility wisely.
They love it. So
They don't love it.
Kids love it. And then Sunday is Star Wars Twin Suns. So that is the Star Wars Unlimited multiplayer format, so similar to Commander for Magic, if you've ever played that. So if you're interested in learning that or trying it out, come out. We always have extra decks available. We're always happy to teach anything. That's what we do here.
And I would say, as a fair warning for this week, if you're used to seeing my smiling face around here, it's not going to be here this week.
Yeah.
This Saturday is my birthday, and I'm going to PAX Unplugged this week to celebrate. So you will not see me this week, but I will certainly be back next week to talk all about my experience from that. So
look forward to that.
Let's be real, though. If PAX Unplug was 2 weeks before his birthday, he would still go. If it was 6 months before his birthday, he would still go.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He just happens to obviously
He
be
just wanted
planned
to tell
around his
you all that
birthday.
it was his birthday. Which is weird because when we asked him when we first met, he wouldn't tell us.
How old are you going to be, Cole?
You don't have to answer that. Everybody take a guess in the comments.
Yes. Take
Yeah.
a guess in
Here's
the
the
comments.
correct answer, if I remember to do that.
No, we have to do that at the end of the show.
Oh.
Yeah. Although, admittedly, yeah, I guess we can't do it at all.
That or I'll tell you next week.
Next
Yeah.
week, there it is.
Closest gets something. I don't know. Cole will bring you back something back.
Unlikely. A parking ticket, maybe.
Impressive, considering I'm not driving over there.
Yeah, he doesn't
You're
drive.
an impressive
Even when you
human
drive
being,
him
so.
from Gen Con, he never offers.
Oh, I
He
think the
tells you a
real.
week later that he has a license, though, that he could have.
Yeah, well, that was a fine excuse for last year. What about this year?
You still didn't offer.
You didn't ask.
Why did I have
You
to ask?
knew.
Hey, folks, I think the real question is how many designers is Cole going to meet at PAX this year?
And not talk about the fact that he works at a game store and make relationships.
Yeah.
No, he's going to yell at one
We're
designer.
floundering.
The publisher, though. There's
Publisher,
a distinction
yeah.
between designer and publisher. Designers make the games, publisher publish the games.
Oh, you're right. You're
All right, let's get started with our holiday gift guide.
right.
So, first category. Should we tell them the categories ahead of time or just count
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
So, we have 6 categories for you. Mine are in the wrong order, I guess.
So are mine. So are
Yours
mine.
in the right order?
No, mine are in the wrong order too.
Okay.
I got
Cole's got
We'll
it.
do.
Yeah, we've got 6 categories. We're going to start with family games. Then we're going to talk about kids games because most families have kids. It's part of what defines family. Then we're going to jump on over to hobby games because maybe sometimes you want to play a crunchier game without your kids. Then we're going to jump back over to party games because maybe you got family coming over for Thanksgiving and want to know what's something that everyone can play. And then we're going to talk about 2-player games for those intimate moments when you want to wind down and whatever, or maybe you just want to have a really long war game, and so that's going to be the last category. We got some of those war games if you're into that sort of thing.
That's right.
That's right.
All right. So our first family game is There and Back Again.
Specifically, The Hobbit. There and back again.
Yes, that's right.
So, who wants to talk about this one? I played it a couple times. You played it once.
Yeah,
haven't
I've played it a couple times.
you? So, this is a roll and write designed by the famous.
Reiner Knizia.
Yeah, he does everything.
He does everything.
This is a really cool one. You'll roll your dice out to create little paths, and you'll draw through to try to connect different things to gather resources and complete objectives. And there's 8 different missions, and they're very replayable. So just because you played one already doesn't mean you can't play it again.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variety into it.
It's really great. Actually, a buddy of mine, John, bought it, and he actually is playing it with his daughter, who's, I think, 11, and she really enjoys it. It's just a lot of fun. If you enjoy Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, any of it, this is just a fantastic game. So,
All right. What's next?
all right, next up is Coffee Rush.
Yeah, so this one's going to be on me to talk about. I've played this a couple of times recently, and this basically is like a game in which you're exploring, like you're a barista in a coffee shop, and orders are just flowing in, and you've got to fill them as best as you can, and you've got this grid of like 16 spaces, and you got 2 meeples on that grid, and on your turn, you'll move one of those meeples, you'll get some ingredients you need, whether it's milk, steam, water, ice, whatever, and then you're going to use those ingredients to try and fulfill coffee orders that are coming in. But where it gets interesting is you start out, you've got so many orders that you start out needing to be filled, but every time anyone fills an order, everyone gets more orders, and so they're just going to continuously pile up until somebody can't fulfill the orders, and once enough orders can't be fulfilled, the game ends, and whoever managed to fulfill the most orders is going to be the winner.
Sounds good.
That sounds good.
He tells me all the time it's a great game. Just haven't
Yeah.
played it yet.
We haven't played it. Do we have a copy for the store at all?
I don't think we have one in the library, no.
That's unfortunate. 7 Wonders Dice.
It's probably going to be another Cole one.
Yep.
I
There's going to be a
haven't
lot
played
of
it
cool ones here.
I haven't personally played this one either, but I mean, if you like 7 Wonders and you like chucking dice, this is probably going to be right up your alley then. This is a new release from Anton Bowser this year. It's got all the same theme and the same concepts of like you need certain resources and you're building out your civilization and all that. But yeah, you're rolling dice, you got a sheet, you're filling in that sheet just trying to get points. Dice. Who doesn't love it?
Just trying to get points. All right. Points is the name of all the games, people.
Not all
There's
of
no
them.
just about it. I want those points. Oh, next up, one of my personal favorites, Butterfly Garden, also by Reiner Knizia. Because he actually, we looked it up, didn't we, on one of the videos? He's got like 700 games out there.
Close
that
to
he's-
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. When do you sleep, man? When do you sleep? So Butterfly Garden is a fantastic game where you're trying to get butterflies into your garden area. You each have a garden area that's specifically for your color, and then everybody has a garden that they kind of share with other people. But you're laying tiles down, and the tiles have paths that the butterflies move along. And the cool part is that if you run two butterflies into each other, they just kind of fly off and they're off the board. You don't get the points for that. So you can play it strategically where you're kind of messing with your opponents. So this can be a really, easy game, like friendly, where you'd want to play friendly with family, but could also be a really mean game if you wanted to get four of your best, or five of your best, or what is it, four player? Three of your best friends together and just be mean to each other. So.
Yeah, and if you've ever played games like Suro, this is going to feel rather similar to that, with the idea of laying the tiles and it creates a connected path and things move along that path. So yeah.
Cool. I did play it and it was pretty good.
You did play it?
I remember I played with you.
Did you play with me?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
He does like
I
me,
remember
guys.
that.
I promise.
I'm getting old. I'm sure I have some form of dementia or something. 12 Rivers, guys. This is a hot new release. I think that released in Gen Con, right?
Yes, there were limited copies available at Gen Con. It was in fact a sellout at Gen Con, and I can tell you right now, even I was a playtester for this game. I ran demos of this game at Gen Con, but even if I hadn't done any of that, I would still recommend it. It is still a good game. The basic idea is that it's part worker placement, part you're gathering marbles, and so like you'll put your workers out, you're blocking off the river so that as marbles come rolling down the river, you're blocking them. You get one of the marbles that you're blocking, you remove your worker, the rest continue on down until they all end up in the lake if any end up there. And so yeah, you've got these villagers you're trying to put the marbles on, and you're just collecting marbles, getting points, having fun. It's great.
It's really cool. There's a 3D dynamic where the board, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a 3D where you put the marbles up at the top of the board. It's at an angle, and then you pull something out, and then they all kind of slide down. You know where they're gonna go, but it's just really, really fantastically neat.
Yeah.
So.
12 Rivers.
12 Rivers. Oh yeah.
Purple games.
Purple. That's really beautiful purple, man. I love purple. My phone's purple actually. It's like lavender. Ticket to Ride. This is a classic. We've all played this, right? Right.
I have not played this one.
Oh,
We'll have to fix that.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I missed. I skipped a lot of the entry games when I got into the hobby.
that's right. You haven't played Catan either.
I got into it and then I just jumped to bigger games, and then it kind of feels bad to go back to them, but
We'll get you.
I'll get there.
But yeah, I mean, for those that have never played, I know that probably a lot of our viewers are more into the hobby, and they've broken in with games like Catan and Ticket to Ride. But for those that haven't, Ticket to Ride is this great game. It's part you've got all these cards in your hand, and you're picking up these train cards, and you're trying to just claim routes on a board that looks like a map of the United States, and you're just trying to connect certain cities to other cities, and so you need to have the right cards, or the right color of cards to be able to claim the right routes to connect point A to point B, and you're just trying to do that all while hoping your opponent doesn't get in your way, that they don't block some of the routes you need or what have you. And yeah, it can potentially be quite mean if you really want it to be, but otherwise, yeah, it's a great game for families, and that's why it's on our list.
There are a ton of expansions, which we have a bunch of them over there.
Yeah, no, I would say standalone expansions,
yes.
right? Which is great. So you can buy,
Yeah.
There are some
Ticket to
that
Ride Paris or something.
Yeah,
and buy
there are
favorite
some
city.
games that require the base game, and there are other expansions that don't. So
You can just grab both of those at the same time.
Same time?
Let's talk about them both.
All right. Next up.
Calico
Is that-
and
Yeah, that's right.
the sequel-ish Knitting Circle. Calico is my wife's favorite game of all time. It's literally a
thought it was
game
Rebellion.
about... it's on her top 10, but Calico is her number one. It's literally a game about building a quilt that a cat would like to sleep on. So you'll just grab tiles out and you'll match patterns and match colors. It's a very simple, great family game. I haven't gotten a chance to play Knitting Circle, but I believe it's a similar concept, except you're knitting instead of
Yeah, you're
quilting.
knitting. It says you're knitting garments here,
Yeah.
so
And I mean, if it's anything, if it's even close to how good Calico is, I mean, it's a fantastic game. They're both adorable. Great family games.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. I think that. Oh, wait a minute. There's one more
You got
family
one
game,
more?
actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Imperial Assault.
Mark, that's not a family
This
game.
is definitely a family game.
It's coming.
You play this with your kids.
It's coming. It's coming.
You play this with your kids,
We'll
your
get
wife.
to it. We'll get to
Your
it.
wife will love this, guys. Your husbands? Yes.
We'll get to that. All right. Speaking of your kids, we will get to kids games next. So first we have the all-time greatest kids game, according to how many times I hear kids scream and slam our tables in the store.
Oh yeah, my kids love this game.
Taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza.
Yeah, there's some special cards in here, right? So the goal of the game, so you have to say taco if you're the first person, okay? Now, if you are placing a card down, so it's a card game, if you're placing a taco card down, then you want to slap that card as quickly as possible because the last person to slap the pile gets stuck with that card, and you don't want to get stuck with cards. You want to get rid of them. And so the next person, let's say it's not a taco, the next person says cat, and so you have to say taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza.
In that order.
In that order, regardless of what cards it is. But if you line up with it and you say pizza and it's a pizza, you got to slap that pile as quick as you can. Then there's some weird cards like, I don't know, like narwhal and bear and
I think there's
gorilla.
like a gorilla that like you pound
Yeah,
your
yeah,
chest
yeah,
before you
yeah.
slap the table.
Yeah. I play with my kid. They're so quick. They're like this something, and I'm still here, like, getting my
still trying
arms
to
up to my,
register-
I
you're
know,
trying to
right?
register, wait, was that a
Gorilla,
gorilla or
what
a
am I
narwhal?
doing here? It's like, oh, and so I'm always last, so I always lose. But this is great for, kids they enjoy the tactile, the movement, and the slapping each other.
All right. Next up, we have the Mind by Pandasaurus.
Yeah, the Mind. I'll talk about it. The Mind supports up to 4 players. And so this is a game where you get dealt a certain number of cards, and the goal is to put the lowest number down first. And then, subsequently, am I saying that right? Subsequently
right.
up to 100, basically. But you don't know what card numbers you have. So you also can't talk with anybody. All you can do is just kind of look around the table. So if you have a 1 in your hand, that's the lowest number that can go down. So you want to put that down as soon as possible. At that point, you're kind of just looking at the table and then, trying to meld your minds in a way to know which next highest card to put down. And there's certain like ninja stars and lives that you can use, or I guess lives you lose if you do something wrong. But ninja stars kind of help you eliminate some cards. But it gets kind of wild because I think there's 12 rounds. And once you get to 12 rounds, I mean, it's just there's so many cards in your hands.
And when you're first starting out, it can feel very chaotic. Like, how am I supposed to have any clue what's going on? At best, it almost feels like an activity more than an actual game. But as you play it more and more with the group, you start to form this weird, inexplicable connection. And you're suddenly realizing, like, wait, okay, I get it now. Now's when I play this card. And then they're going to play a card. And then, oh, I can jump in now. And, like, it just clicks in a way that makes sense, but you can't explain it.
Yeah.
That's the Mind.
Yeah.
My kids love playing this one. I'm not sure how good they are at it, but they love playing.
Next, we have Cromino. I was going to get there. It's dominoes with colors.
I don't think you were.
Yeah,
actually.
and that's a great summation of it.
Okay, cricketol.
If you're used to some of the older games like dominoes and checkers and Monopoly and things like that, this is like a great introductory game to play with kids because it gives you that same feeling of like dominoes, but it's with colors, and every domino piece has 3 different colors on it, and you just have to play it in a way that 2 of those 3 colors line up with other dominoes out on the board, and you're just trying to be the first to play all your dominoes. And so it's a great introduction to like this kind of game for kids and families.
Nice.
That is cool.
It's got a high player count. Six
six
players.
Six
so
players,
if
yeah.
If you got a couple of kids, it works great for that too.
All right, next we have... Actually, maybe we can put that in with those
we
4.
could.
All right. Now we have Labyrinth. This is the Disney version. I have played the Pokemon version. This is a really cool game. You'll lay out this long labyrinth of tiles, and you'll have characters on there. And on your turn, you'll draw a card, and that'll tell you which character you have to get to. So you'll have a piece, then you have to find a way to get your piece to that character. And all you can do is take one tile and push it into the board somewhere. So if you flip the box around, you can get a kind of an idea of what you're doing. You'll push one tile in to try and move like a whole line of tiles that'll eventually line up where you can get your piece of the character. He'll do that over and over until I think there's a certain amount of characters you have to get to determine a winner. And there's a lot of different themes. So a Disney theme is perfect for children. Pokemon as well.
Yeah, I even
Mario.
heard that I think sometime next year they're going to cross over with one of my favorite games. They're going to do a Carcassonne Labyrinth.
Oh my God,
Interesting.
that's fantastic. All right, so I think we're gonna do these 4 kind of around the same time. This is kind of the if you love this game, here's a way to play it with your kids category. These are all fantastic games in their own right, and they just made them a little simpler, a little easier to understand, so you can play them with your children.
Yeah.
That's right.
And in case you can't see, we've got My Little Everdell, which is a kid's version of Everdell, Catan Jr., The Sandcastles of Burgundy, which is a spinoff of the Castles of Burgundy, and then we've got Ticket to Ride Ghost Train.
Has anybody played
All
any
great
of these?
games.
I have not.
No,
No,
actually,
yeah.
I don't believe
I wonder how they compare. Like, are they still?
I'd be curious how the Sandcastles of Burgundy rates
Yeah,
up.
that's very
'Cause
interesting.
The Castles of Burgundy is a very
I agree.
involved game.
Maybe
Like
we should-
Catan, I feel like is fairly simple, along with Ticket to Ride. I don't know about Everdell; it's probably a more complicated game, but Burgundy is.
We
Whew.
should do a video where we play Sandcastles of Burgundy.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Yeah, we could do that. I think we could handle it. 5+.
I don't know. Are you sure about that?
We got Cole, so
Yeah,
we'll make it.
yeah, cool.
But this is ages 6 and up, ages 5 and up, ages 6 and up. What's Everdell?
6 and up.
6 and
Yeah,
up. If you have a
yeah.
very smart 4-year-old, probably no problem at all.
Yeah. All right, so those are some choices for some kids games. Cole, what was the next category?
Hobby games.
Hobby games.
Hobby
This is where Cole's gonna
For
shine.
those that love games and
Oh,
want a little
yeah.
more out of the hobby.
That's right. This is what we think about when we say board games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the meat.
Meat. All right. First up on the list. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry.
Scarbray.
Scarbray?
Correct.
Scarbray.
I mean, we worked on a list before we started recording here, and this is probably one of the newest ones that they've put out, and so this is the one that I'm putting on the list. But honestly, anything by the publisher Garfield Games, I would absolutely recommend. I don't think I've played a bad game from them yet, and I've played almost everything that they've published to date.
This guy in Garfield.
I know. I have. I've played some not so good ones.
Look, for me, they're probably one of my top 3 publishers of all time.
Oh, I
they
believe
just
it.
they just make great games,
Yeah.
and I love it. And
Yeah.
there's another one coming soon. So
I mean, I did play this one and I had a great time.
Oh, I didn't play this one. Okay.
Yeah, this is cool.
That's cool.
So yeah, the TLDR in Scarbray is that you are basically managing up to 16 different resources that like each turn or each round each player's gonna take a card from a lineup similar to like Nidavellir if you play that one, but you're each gonna take a card and it might be a settler card or some other resource card.
You forgot a kids game.
I did forget a kid's game. Guys.
So sorry, Cole.
Oh,
forgot the kids'
hey!
Oh, that's not what I thought you were
Imperial
bringing.
Salt,
Mark,
guys.
Come on, wait.
You can totally play
No,
this with your kids.
It's coming later. It's coming later.
You can play this
Put
up
it
to
away.
5
Finish
players,
in Scarborough.
Dad. You can DM
Mark,
4 kids.
put it away.
Easy,
See
guys.
what
Put
I'm
it away.
gonna put up
Easy.
with? So yeah, you're basically gathering cards and gathering resources and trying to manage those resources. And so like you'll take a card and then you can take an action or actions depending on what round it is and how many workers you have. But the thing you got to be mindful of is at the end of each round, depending on how many cards you've taken, you've got to feed so many people because of it, and you're also going to produce waste because of it. And so if you're not careful in how you manage your resources, the waste can really pile up, and you can potentially lose a lot of points at the end of the game if you're not careful. But yeah, it's got a very interesting table presence with having like over 16 resources that you're having to like lay out and manage and everything. But it's a lot of fun, and it plays pretty quick, and yeah, so I highly recommend.
Yeah, it's a good one. Definitely.
This is Nicolas Cage.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, look at
I
that.
mean, well, yeah, let the people at home see. I mean,
Nicolas Cage, he's everywhere. 6
Oh, yeah.
degrees of separation, or Nicolas Cage, rather.
How did they even get him? It's crazy.
You know what? We're just gonna tuck that there. Next up is Terraforming Mars.
It's an okay game.
It is a fantastic game. This is a, what do they call them? Evergreen game.
Yeah, or Ever Brown.
Whatever.
Ever Dirt.
Terraforming Mars, I think, was my #1 favorite game.
Yeah.
It's been a couple weeks since we did that, so I've forgotten. But I love Terraforming Mars.
I do love this game. I play the digital version more than I play the board game version, but
It's fair.
it's a great game.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I do play the digital version a fair bit.
Yeah.
Just the tableaus that you can build, and every game can be different. It's like, you might get stuck with some really interesting beginning cards that maybe aren't a strategy that you've normally pursued. But, if it works, you can achieve victory.
Yeah.
So,
You
Terraforming
too,
Mars,
Terraforming
great
Mars.
game. Also, Ares Expedition falls in this kind of category.
Yeah.
That is also
I
a
think
great
that's
game.
Better. I like that one better.
I like them both. I like them both a lot. So it's hard for me to say if one is better or not.
Have you played the dice one?
I
No,
haven't.
I haven't either.
I
haven't
have.
either.
Yeah, I have it though. So
Okay.
I'll bring it in. We can play it. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Earth.
From Mars to Earth.
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
This is the evergreen game.
I mean, if there ever was one.
Cool, I know you love Earth.
Earth is a fantastic game. What's great about it is you're building out a tableau of 16 cards representing all kinds of flora and terrains and things like that. And what's great about it is that each turn, it's all simultaneous. So each turn, somebody's going to pick an action. Like maybe we're going to plant this turn, which means we're adding cards to our tableau, or we're gonna choose like the red action, and we're gonna get more soil. But the thing is, somebody's going to choose the action, everyone's going to do that action, so it's simultaneous play, so there's not really a lot of downtime. And so, yeah, you're just putting out cards into the tableau, and there are goals that you're trying to reach, like there are fauna cards that's like, hey, if you get so many of a particular card, you get points, but they're first come, first serve, so if you can do it before anyone else, you get more points than the rest of the people. There's also what they call ecosystem cards, so those are like, there are some that are public and then one that's private, and so it's like just extra goals that you can work on to get more points, and all the cards themselves are worth points. Yeah, there's just so many opportunities for points in this game, and it's great. I personally couldn't recommend this enough, but leave the other two to say how they feel.
I still got to play this one.
You haven't played this one?
No.
Oh
You
man,
need
this
to
is
play this.
You
fantastic.
always
Yeah,
have a
you need to
full
play
table
this.
when you pull it out.
No, we just don't have a big enough table to support more players because this is a table hog.
It's table.
Well, we did play with 5 players last time, which is what this
we
caps at.
made it work. I don't think we would have had room for a sixth. We could have had a sixth
That's right. The
player.
expansion has a 6, doesn't it?
The
Yeah, yeah.
expansion has a sixth player, but
That's
I don't think
right.
we would have had room on our table for a sixth player.
We have tables big enough for 6 players. We just have to switch, rotate.
Yeah.
Guess who introduced this game to you?
Was it you?
It was. He had his first play of Earth with me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
I think
crazy.
Ben was there too.
That was probably Ben.
Cole
Yeah,
refuses to believe
It
it.
was probably Ben.
He's
then,
like Luke right now in The Empire Strikes Back. It's not possible.
I'm not doubting you. I just know that I've also played it online with friends, and I don't know which happened first. If they showed it to me or if you showed it to me.
I
yeah.
remember.
We should probably move
The
on if
North-
we want to get through
The North remembers.
all the
yes,
games that we
that's
have
right.
here.
We got a lot of
Yeah,
games.
We
Sorry.
we do have to leave at a certain time.
Yeah, we have a bit of a
Finspan.
hard out today. So
That's right. What can you say about Finspan?
Wingspan with fish.
That's right.
Wormspan with fish.
Yeah.
It's
I
more
mean,
of wingspan with fish.
it is more
Wormspan than
Yes,
fish.
it is more of Wingspan with fish. But this is probably of the 3 span games. This is the simplest one. There's not really much in the way of resources that different resources you have to gather. It's just the main resource is cards in your hand, and the cards in your hand are always face up, so everyone knows what you have and what you're capable of. But yeah, you've got 3 columns that you're playing fish into those columns, and there are different sections within those columns, like the sunlight, the twilight, and the midnight sections. So the deeper you go, the more interesting a fish you can play, I suppose. But yeah, so you're playing fish, you're laying eggs as usual, and you're hatching those eggs into fish, or young, I should say, and then you get enough young together, it makes a school, and that's all points at the end of the game. And yeah, it's just, you can also you can send a diver down any one of the columns and like activate all the fish as you go down and get things. It's great.
It
All
is
3 of these are
fantastic
just
game.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what's next.
The tableau building.
I can't wait to see what an
phenomenal.
expansion for that looks like beyond obviously more fish.
Right. Mark, what
Lost
is this?
Ruins of Arnak. Who you asking?
You.
You asking me? I think you're asking Cole. I actually haven't played this one.
Yeah, so
The
this
expansion,
is this is the Twisted
this.
Pass expansion for Lost Ruins of Arnak. So if you happen to have someone in your that you know that has the game but hasn't picked up this expansion yet, this is one that I absolutely recommend because it not only gives you 2 more boards to play on, but those boards are just they're just really great. You get more guardians, you get more cards, you get more everything. But these new boards, they're really interesting. Like
Mm-hmm.
the one uses what's known as like black instead of like the yellow the beige tablets that you used to. This one now has black tablets, and so as you take certain actions, you'll get those black tablets, and as you get far enough on the research track, as it were, you can potentially start spending those black tablets to like activate like a card, like specific cards. And the thing is, whoever activates each card the most is going to get like bonus points at the end of the game, but also the more you all collectively use black tablets, the more you're going to lose points at the end of the game. So there's like this interesting trade-off of like how much do I want to engage with that and benefit from it, but at the cost of losing points at the end. It's just a lot of fun and highly recommend.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's a great expansion.
All right. I don't know if we're in the view here. Oh my God. All right. Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire. This is a fantastic game. This was the #1 solo game of last year. This has been one of our best sellers this year too. It's based on the very popular game Slay the Spire of the same name. It is a deck building dungeon crawler adventure game for 1 to 4 players. This is one of the best deck builders I've ever played. It's man, I mean you have asymmetric characters and you're building up your deck to increase their powers and get new cards to do more things to really chain moves together. You'll fight bosses and fight minions and it is just fantastic. If you know someone who loves
Yeah.
big box games and they don't have this, they will love it. So,
I thoroughly enjoyed my play of it,
Yeah.
for sure. I want to get it back to the table.
And I have yet to play it, so I have nothing to add.
It was bound to happen at some point.
right. We found one.
Yeah, you were bound to find. Speaking of things I haven't
Speaking
played,
of games, Vantage is so cool. This is a wild game. This is a adventure game through literally in the first person. So you'll take cards and they'll be from your vantage, hence the name. This is also a fantastic solo experience. I've played this more solo than I have in groups. Um, you'll move through a world exploring things, gathering equipment, trying to solve mysteries, and you'll always have a different objective. So no 2 plays will be the same. I don't know if you could ever see every card. There's over 900 different cards in this game. So this is tons of replayability. This is just a fantastic one.
Yeah,
Another hit from Stonemaier, of course.
definitely. Lots of fun.
All right, what was the?
Oh.
What was there?
And last but not least, Star Wars Imperial Assault.
No,
The best hobby game out there.
later. We don't
Play
have
with
time.
your
We're
friends.
running out of time.
Yeah,
We'll
we're-
get
with
to
your
that.
friends.
We got a hard out.
All right,
If you
what's
have
the
friends.
next category?
Party game.
Party
Party
games.
games. Oops,
And-
all right.
And unfortunately, we just have one. We just have just one game, and it's upside down.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you get that part right? Yes, we have just one here. And this is a fantastic party game for even the lightest of gamers in your family or life or what have you. Anyone can play this and find some way of enjoying this. The idea in just one is that everyone is given like a little like a placard, like a whiteboard placard, and each round somebody's going to be the it person. That it person is going to draw a card without looking at it, and there's going to be like 4 or 5 words on that card. They're gonna and they're all numbered. They'll pick a number 1 through whatever, and then everyone else at the table is going to in secret write a clue that corresponds to that word. So like maybe the clue is candle, and so some people might you might write like wax or flame or light, and so everyone will do that, and then they'll secretly share what they've all written with each other, and then if anyone wrote the same thing, their clues are turned face down. And then of all the things that remain, the ed person then has to try and guess what is the word on their card that they selected.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah.
It's great. I have 2 copies of it. I know it's a little taboo, but
That's because you're supposed to just have one.
Yeah.
Is that on your call list to get rid of one of those copies?
what's that?
Are you gonna call one of those copies?
I don't know. I'm tempted, but I love having 2 copies of just one.
Yeah, that's just one.
Speaking of just one, how about we flip 7 for our next party game?
Oh, buddy.
Oh, actually, probably should have done that.
Uh-oh.
Mark, are you over here?
Man down.
Anyways, while they mess with that, Flip 7. This is a great card game. You have a deck of cards, and you start the round. Everyone gets a card, and then the first person in the round, you give them a choice. They can stop right there and score points for the card they have, or they can flip another card. And the idea is that you're hoping to not bust when you flip another card.
You will bust.
You probably will bust if you're not careful, yes. But the general makeup of it is that for every number in the deck, there is that many of that card in the deck. So there's 1 1, 2 2s, all the way up to 12 12s. And so when you're flipping cards over, you're trying not to flip over the same number that you've already flipped that round. So if you already have an 11 or a 12, it's a little bit more risky to push your luck because it's more likely that you would flip an 11 or a 12 unless it's late in the game and you know that they've all come out and you're safe and you're going to take the chance and realize, oh, but I didn't count all the 10s and I flipped one of those over and I bust and I get nothing and it's whatever. There's also some special action cards that can add some spice to the rounds, but yeah, it's a race to see who can get to 200 points. But if you bust in a round, you get nothing. But if you don't bust, you score what you have in front of you for that round, and adds to your total. And whoever gets 200 first wins the game. That's Flip 7.
Yeah.
It's
That
also
would be-
literally the greatest card game of all time.
It is a
Yeah, and
fantastic
that's
card
that's
game.
them saying us. That's not us being hyperbolic.
Right
The greatest card game of all time. It really says that, folks.
But it's not because this is the greatest card game of all time.
Oh, trio.
I'm gonna let you two take the reins in this one.
Oh, gosh. CJ, I've done a lot of talking. Go ahead.
Trio is a fantastic game. It's basically Go Fish on. I shouldn't say that. It's exceptionally good Go Fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yes. Good save.
You're basically trying to find 3 sets of 3 numbers, but the trick is in your hand. Your cards will be in order from least to most. So on your turn, you can ask players 2 questions. You can ask them, what's your lowest, what's your highest, or you can search from the tableau of cards in the middle. If you ask a player what's their lowest, and you ask another player what's their lowest, and those cards match, you can then ask a third question, and your third question is to try and find that third number. It gets really tricky because you could have double numbers in your hand, and then you just have to find the one, and then it's very satisfying when you say, Mark, what's your lowest? CJ, what's your lowest? CJ, what's your lowest? And you just take the whole pile. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Great party game.
Great party game. Yeah, you will find yourself laughing quite a bit. It's a lot of fun.
All right, another classic. I'd be surprised if a lot of you don't already have it. Q's and Q's.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Q's and Q's. In this one, each round somebody's going to be the person, as it were. They're going to draw a card, and on that card is going to be 4 different color swatches, and they're going to be swatches that you can find on the larger board, if you will. And so they're going to select one of the swatches from that card, and then they're going to give like a 2-word clue to try and get everyone to guess that particular swatch. And so like maybe it's like a bright red, and so maybe you say like fire truck or blazing fire or whatever, something to get them to guess that particular patch of red. And so then everyone else is going to go around the table, and they're gonna put down one of their markers where they think your clue best fits, if you will. And then once they've done that, then you got this little like 3x3 like outline that you'll put down, and depending where everyone, like a little box, if you will, depending where everyone falls around that, they're gonna get points. And if they weren't even close, then nobody gets nothing, and you just gave a horrible clue. What are you doing? And then you go again. You give a second clue that this time is like maybe only 1 word, and hopefully if they didn't quite get it the first time, maybe they'll get it the second time, and then you'll add up more points. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right.
That game is pretty good, but this game is killer.
Oh.
Hey, like that segue there? All right, this game is killer. What is it? Frozen Horror. So this one is based off of one of my favorite movies of all time, The Thing. So you will each have 2 cards in your hand, and you will play them in a snake play order. So first player will play 1 card, last player will play 2, and then you'll go back the other direction. And you can either play your card for its action or its movement. If you play it for one, the other one has to play it for the other. And the goal of the game is to survive or to kill the horror, which will change every round. So there's a lot of mistrust going on, a lot of wacky times. This is one of the best party games I've ever played. I think we've probably played this game the most this year. Almost anything. So this game is killer.
It's easy to play in like a half an hour.
Yeah, and fantastic components for a really cheap price.
Oh yeah. You can't beat this this price. It's only $14.99.
All right, now we got. Cole tells us this is a good one. Let's hear it.
This is Brick Like This. It's a Lego game, but no. In this game, everyone's going to be broken up into teams of 2, and within each team of 2, one person is going to draw a card, and it's going to have a silhouette of some like Lego like structure, if you will. And so then you see what the structure should look like. You're going to communicate to your partner, hey, here's what you need to do. You need to grab these pieces and build them in this way, and you're just trying to be the first team to complete the structure faster than any other team. And if you do that, you're going to get a card, a points, whatever. And if you can do that better than everyone else over the course of the game, congratulations, you're going to win. It's just a lot of chaotic fun, just trying to figure out how can you most quickly identify every piece for your partner to be able to get them to build the structure they need to as quickly as possible.
It
Fantastic.
does sound good.
Yeah.
All right. He also tells us this one is good.
Well, I mean, I own it, so I would hope so.
Oh man, and you've never brought to a store to play.
I
Crazy.
wouldn't go that far, but landmarks. So if you've ever played games like Code Names, this is going to feel in some ways a bit similar. So the idea is that like you have like a map, if you will, that like one person's going to be like the clue giver, and everyone else is going to be adventurers exploring this island, if you will. And so you have a map of as the clue giver, you have a map of what's on the island. And starting out there, like you have these like blank hexagons, and they're or like you write 3 words on each of these hexagons, and it forms like a little triangle, if you will, to start the game. And so then you're going to take another blank tile, and you're going to write a new word on that tile. But that word is hopefully going to connect to one or more of the words that's already out on the island. And ideally, you're trying to lead the adventurers in a certain direction. So like they show here that like we've got beach and taco out there, and so you might put down shell. Well, naturally, that's going to connect up with beach and taco because you can have a taco shell, and you can find shells on the beach. And so, like, you're trying to give clues and words like that in ways that you lead them in certain directions. You just got to be careful, though, because if they don't quite think the way you do, they might accidentally step on a trap or end up getting cursed. And you're trying to get them to find the treasure and get off the island before you take on too many curses.
Wow.
I want to play that now.
This whole time.
This whole time.
All right.
Oh,
Man, this one.
This one, guys.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll see if we can.
There
Can you
it
still
is.
see us?
Hope
I think they can
probably
see
not.
us. I think if we just
I don't see it.
straighten up a little, we'll be
Yeah.
This
fine.
is Ready Set Bet.
Specifically the High Roller Edition, which
Yeah.
is extra fancy, extra deluxe. Yeah.
For those of you who love
But
deluxe.
it does not come with a cold, unfortunately.
It does not come with a me. I mean, for the right price, though.
Slow down.
You know, the price is probably pretty reasonable, actually.
I don't know. It's,
20 bucks an hour? 2-hour game, right? 25? What?
All right,
Do
what's
I hear
the
30? Do I
quick-
hear
what's the
30?
quick pitch?
35, 35.
do you like gambling or do you like horse racing but don't like the idea of losing real money? Well, then this is the game for you because this is a game all about horse racing. And so in this game, one person, if they want to be, is going to be the shot caller, as it were. They're going to be the one rolling the dice, and they'll be moving horses down along a track. And as they're doing that, as they're moving these horses, everyone else at the table is going to have the luxury of betting on which horse they think is going to win the race. Now, of course, there are some like all the horses. Some of them have like bonus movement to like kind of balance it out because, as you know, if you're rolling dice, 7s are the most common number, so they find ways to balance it out so that the 7 horse just doesn't win every time. And of course, the 7 horse doesn't always win every time. Like we played a game the other week, and like everyone was sure that like it was either going to be the 6 or the 7 horse that was going to win, and then out of nowhere at the last moment, the 11, 12 horses came racing down the track. Nobody bet on it. It was a wild moment. It was great, and yeah, you basically do 4 races in a game, and they're like exotic finishes you can bet on. There are prop bets you can bet on. There are all kinds of things that you can bet on and try and win money. And whoever wins the most by the end of the game is going to be the winner. That's Ready, Set, Bet.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a Me, they do have an app that you can download that'll facilitate all the horse racing for you. You just have to then do the betting.
And you know what? In the privacy of your own home, you could use real money if you do enjoy losing money.
Yeah, because this is
Yeah.
gambling, and we're going
This
to
is
gamble here one day.
Definitely gambling.
Yep.
Yep. All right, you got it? You got to take it that way. All right, guys, so picture this. You know what? What I like to do
Oh my
when
God.
I have 4 of my best friends over, I like the party game called Star Wars Imperial
Oh,
Assault.
no,
That's
not
right,
yet,
guys.
not yet.
Party game.
We're running
Not
out of
yet.
time.
All
here.
right,
We
all
gotta get
right.
time for that. Come on.
All right,
All right.
next.
Onitama.
Okay, well, what category we got, Mark?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so excited. 2-player games. 2-player games.
2-player games.
Yes.
Onitama.
So yeah, let me talk about this one. So if you grew up playing like a lot of games like checkers and chess and other abstract games like that have very little theme and just basic components, this is going to feel right at home for you then. What's great about this is like each player they have 4 pawns, and then they have like a master or a king, if you will. And so you have 2 cards in front of you just as much as your opponent has 2 cards in front of you, but these cards dictate how one of your pieces can move. That like maybe it can move like one space diagonally or one space forward or whatever. But the fun thing is that like you will play. You have your two cards in front of you, and then there's a card between the both of you. So you'll use one of your cards to move one of your pieces, and then that card goes on the other side between the both of you, and you pick up the other card that was between the both of you. So you're slowly going to be rotating between the two of you, which moves you can make, if you will. And it gets tricky at some points because you'll have a card that you're like, oh man, this card's really good for my opponent, and I don't want them to have it. But then that means my only option is to use my other card, and it's not that great for me. So it's a really fun struggle. But it's a great abstract game that I can't recommend enough.
Awesome.
Good.
Sky Team.
Sky Team.
Sky
Good
Team, yeah. A lot of the games that we've recommended so far have you battling against each other in some regard, but this is a cooperative game. This is where you are working together with your partner. You are working together to try and land planes. And so a lot of it is that like you're both going to roll some dice in secret, and then you're using those dice to activate various things on a shared board, like whether that's like leveling out the wings or like adjusting the altitude or things like that. And you're just trying to get everything where it needs to be in order to land a plane essentially. And each round you have like certain goals that you're trying to achieve, and as each round progresses, you're gonna hopefully get closer and closer to what you need to make that smooth landing right into the airport. And
Sometimes you don't.
sometimes you don't. Yes,
Sometimes you
that,
don't.
that just means you didn't communicate well enough with your partner, but that's the game.
This is a great team builder.
Yeah.
We should probably play it.
Oh yeah, we should.
Toy
Boom!
battle.
Toy battle.
This is an awesome game. It reminds me a lot of the Clash of Clans, the app, but this is a very cool game where you'll be fighting over stars and territory. So you'll each have your own headquarters, and you have these tiles, the toys, and they all have their special abilities with numbers. And when you place a tile, it has to draw a connection back to your HQ, and only higher numbered tiles can go on top of other tiles, so your opponent's tiles. So you can only put, if your opponent has a 3 there, you can only put a 4 or higher on top of it. And then they have special abilities where it may make your opponent discard a tile or send a tile back to their hand. There's 8 different maps. It's very quick. You can play it several times. We had some of our regulars, when the game first came out, they sat and played all 8 maps, and they played for like 3 hours straight, and they loved it. So, I mean, Toy Battle's a fantastic 2-player game.
All right. Next up, we've got Star Wars, the deck building game.
Have you played this one?
Yeah.
You played them?
Oh,
you
yeah,
Want,
I
you want
own-
to take it?
I mean, I can, sure. So I own Star Wars, the deck building game. I think, CJ, you own the Clone Wars.
I played
Yeah.
the Clone Wars one, yeah.
I think I played the Clone Wars. This is a fantastic game. I think this was the precursor for Star Wars Unlimited.
Well, hey, I have a cool story.
Oh.
I met the designer of this game in Vegas.
What?
It is not the precursor to
No.
Star Wars Unlimited.
I
No.
don't know. The 30 or the different point bases that
ac-
you're attacking to destroy.
According to him, they were talking about making a card game, and he threw this into the ring, and they went a different direction and made Unlimited, but they still let him make this. So maybe they used a couple of his ideas,
Yeah.
but it's not like they did this and then were like, well, this was so good, let's make that.
Okay. I feel like they copied off him a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole idea that
There
you're
is an
defeating the
expansion
bases.
coming out.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, the
Mandalorians.
Mandalorian. Yeah.
Little,
Yeah,
card
we
pack.
ordered some if you're interested.
Yeah.
So, but this is a great game. I love deck building games in general. There's cards that only one player can buy, but the other player has a chance to kind of destroy that card and then reap some benefits. So really neat. There's always something that you can do. So I really, if you like deck builders and you like
it's
Star
a
Wars, this is a no-brainer.
fantastic
These are
deck builder.
fantastic. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I know who's talking about this one.
Woo! Santorini, second edition.
Yes. This is Santorini. This is another what I would consider to be an abstract strategy game. It does have a fair bit of theme, unlike some other abstract strategy games you might be used to, but this one's fantastic. You've got a 5x5 grid, you've got 2 workers. On your turn, you take one of those workers, you move it 1 space in any direction, diagonals count, and then wherever it ends up, you build a block in one of the spaces that surrounds it. You can build level 1s, you can build 2s on top of that, 3s on top of that, and domes on top of that. When moving, you can also step up a level, but only 1 level. You can also step down any number of levels if you need to. But you win the game as soon as you step up to a level 3 space. And that's why the domes are there, because if you suspect your opponent's about to do it, you can put a dome and stop them from doing that. But like I said, you win as soon as one of your workers steps up to level 3. And that's the most basic version of the game. You could just play that ad nauseum and have a great time with it. But where the real meat of the game comes into play is there's a whole bunch of god and hero cards in this box that you shuffle them up and you deal a couple out and you each choose one, and then you've each got a special power. Like maybe yours is that you can move 2 spaces on a turn instead of 1, or maybe you can build a second block on your turn, or maybe it gets wild and crazy that like you win if you jump down 2 levels, or who knows what, all kinds of crazy things. And that's just what's in the base box. There are some like packs that you can pick up that give you even more gods and heroes that do even more crazy things. Like one of them's like you move around the board Pac-Man style, that you go from one edge to the other, like they're connected, like they're adjacent to each other. Or one has you making moves in secret, that you've got like a little hidden screen that you can see exactly where your workers are, your opponent can't, and so they're having to guess based on where you're building blocks where your workers might be and try and block you accordingly. It's a lot of fun. Like I've said in my top 10 video, I consider it to be an island game. That if I was stuck on an island, this would be the one I take with me, because you could just play it forever and never get tired of it.
Says cool. But if you buy it, you'll have to let us know if that's the truth. Next up, Battle of Hoth.
All right, Battle for Hoth is a fantastic game as well. It's if you played if you played Memoir 44, this re-implements that very very well, I think. So you'll play as either the Empire or the Rebellion during the Battle of Hoth, as the game says. You'll have a deck of cards where you'll play them, and you'll order troops around. You'll roll dice to see how much damage you do. The goal is to get victory points, and you get those by defeating units. There's also leaders for each faction, so you can change the decks up. There's also a campaign mode for each side, as well as 18 different scenarios you can play, as well as if you oh, okay, 17 includes. I thought the 18th one was that one, but there are 17 scenarios, and the last one is if you have 2 copies of the game, you flip the board over and smash them together, use all the miniatures, and you do the entire full Battle of Hoth, which we still have not done. And Asmodee made a giant version of Gen Con, which they said they wouldn't sell to me. But maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, if you're watching.
Yeah.
That's right, if
Please.
you're watching.
What can we do
Hey,
about that?
guys, my favorite 2-player game is Star Wars
That plays more than
Imperial
2.
Assault.
It says 1 to 5
skirmish
right
mode,
there.
Skirmish mode, 2 players.
Yeah, it's not 2-player.
Get your best friend.
Get that out of here.
All right.
All right, what is our final category?
War games. Or wargaming in general,
All right.
The kind of games that we're having a tournament for next Saturday.
That's
Not-
right.
Not,
Miniature
not
games.
this Saturday, but the following. Or no, it is
Is
this
it this
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah, it's this Saturday. Ignore me.
Warhammer.
What can you say about Warhammer?
What can you say about Warhammer? There it is.
That's it? If you know what-
Warhammer speaks for itself.
If you know what army they play, just get them more of that.
Exactly.
Actually, a great gift idea I thought about this would be the Warhammer dice, because nobody buys those for themselves.
That's right.
That'd be everybody wants them, but they won't buy them for themselves.
You know what though? We're getting special Battle Force boxes that are economy deals that have these like I guess 500, 600, 700 points.
Yeah.
And so they're bigger boxes that have more miniatures. They're better value than maybe say just the
Regular
combat patrol or the individual packs. We're going to get a bunch of those. We'll have those released on the 29th of November, so Small Business Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So if you're looking to get somebody, a whole, practically a whole army, or at least a good portion of an army, that's when they come.
All right.
Next up,
The Superior Miniatures game.
Star Wars Legion.
It's a really good game, I promise. If you have someone who is interested in miniatures games, but maybe they don't know much about Warhammer, but they're big Star Wars fans, I mean, Star Wars Legion is just Warhammer, but Star Wars. It's a simplified version of Warhammer, I would say. It's a lot easier to get into. There's a lot less complicated rules. Warhammer has its strengths. Legion has its strengths. Both are great ideas for anybody who's interested in that side of the hobby.
That's right. Next up is Halo Flashpoint.
Right. So I don't know too much about this. I got a quick demo at Gen Con. I wish Gabe was here. He could tell us. Gabe really seems to like this game. But I mean, it's just a small skirmish miniatures game. It's just a 1v1 where you're just in the Halo universe. So you'll play as like this is the Feet First into Hell box. I think this is like the ODST box.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. 16 ODST models.
Yep.
I'm not sure if there's a second faction in this one
Yeah.
to play as. Yeah, this may just be like a single faction of itself, but there is a starter box that has like the Covenant versus, I believe it has the Covenant versus Spartans, but it may just be Spartans versus Spartans.
Not sure.
But I've heard great things about it, so
But regardless,
If you have a Halo fan in your life.
if you were a big gamer in the mid 2000s, where you were playing with your bros on Xbox Live, late nights of Halo multiplayer, and you're looking to branch out from the video games and more into hobby games, this is a good, I would say, a good entry point for that.
Yeah. Smooth transition.
and that is all of the games that we have.
Whoa! Wait a
Wait,
minute,
what?
guys.
Is
Wait
there
a minute.
another one that we
We've got
haven't heard
one
about?
more fantastic war game. That is Star Wars Imperial
You know
Assault.
what? Fine, this fits in the category. Go ahead.
You got miniatures. There's a couple different ways to play this. You can play campaign mode, where you've got one person who plays the Empire and up to 4 people who play the Rebellion. There's a great challenge. There's dice rolling. Maybe a little unbalanced for the Empire. I think they fix that in later expansions, but there's ways that you can tweak it as the Empire so it's not so soul crushing. But where this game really shines is it has a skirmish mode where you build up kind of a map. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you build up a map with tile pieces. I think this is kind of based on the same system they used in a game called Descent, if you're familiar with that. But skirmish, you've got 40 points to spend on various units. And so you might get 6 units if it's like Rebellion, or you might get 7 units if it's Empire, and you're just chucking dice, and there's, you got to be a certain distance away because there's different ranges, and really fantastic skirmish game.
It is
I wish they had
fantastic.
gone a little bit more deep into this instead of going over to Star Wars Legion and Star Wars
Legion is-
Shatterpoint, and
Legion's are more involved.
Imperial
the
Assault
campaign
is
in
the
that is
grandfather.
fantastic, though.
it's great. It's really great. So, all right, that's all I got.
All right, and that will do it for our holiday gift guide.
That's
I
right.
think they're all fantastic choices. We're running kind of low on time, so we're not going to do any questions, which is a bummer because this week we actually got like 5 questions.
Oh, really?
But
man,
if you
we'll
guys are up
save 'em
for
for
it, we
next
can
week.
do a quick 20 questions.
I
can
don't
do
think
it.
we have time,
You don't
actually.
think you have time?
I don't think we have time. I think we got a bolt.
Okay, we have to leave.
We got a bolt. Meet us at the side of the horse brewery.
Maybe we'll do it while we're there. I'll bring the camera.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll.
If we have time, if
we have
nobody
time,
plays
it'll
with
be
us.
after this.
Yeah.
Well, then, do you have one question? We could probably do one question before.
They're
we
all
go.
so good. I think they're all gonna. Okay, one question.
Okay.
Sorry, Cole. I don't think you're gonna have a great answer for this
Oh.
because David asked, "Who are our favorite Star Wars characters?"
Favorite Star Wars characters? Huh.
And Matt
Ooh.
really wanted to know what your answer to this was gonna be.
Yeah.
He was really excited about
That's
that.
an interesting one.
My favorite is Count Dooku. I
Okay.
love that character so
Out of
much.
respect for Count Dooku,
Yeah.
certainly. Gosh, you know what? I have to say Andor. Honestly.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Han Solo, but Andor just felt so real. Like the fairy tale aspect of Star Wars didn't exist there.
Mm.
You could have maybe didn't even have to be Star Wars, and it was a great series on its own. And I just felt the struggle that he faced just felt so real with, the struggles maybe that I face. So I could really relate to him versus
one.
Han Solo just being so handsome and dashing
Right,
and
yeah.
sexy. I just can't quite relate to that.
Sexy? Did they call him that? Or did you call him that?
I called him that. Harrison Ford. Whew, man. Indiana Jones, the whole nine yards.
Do you have a favorite Star Wars character, Cole?
Jar Jar,
It's Jar Jar Binks.
no, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I've seen the original trilogy. I was never old enough to see them in theaters. They were kind of a bit before my time. But I've seen the original trilogy. I've always enjoyed the original trilogy. I've seen every movie, for that matter. I would say probably one of my favorites probably would have to be Darth Maul, because like that was like one of the first big ones that I got to see in theaters as a kid. I got to see it with my brother, and yeah, just seeing him come out with the dual-ended lightsaber. I mean, what wasn't like to, and especially, I mean, and then when he comes out, they play Duel of Fates. I mean,
gosh, right. It was
what's
a
more
great
iconic
scene,
than
yeah.
that? I mean, come on.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was classic.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode.
See you guys.
We will see you next week. It'll just be me, Cole, and we have a guest.
Guest speaker.
Yeah, we have a guest speaker.
I'm going to take next week off, folks.
Yep.
So you get to hear a guest speaker.
All right. Thank you guys again. Like, subscribe, comment, all the things. See you next time.
Oh, yeah.
and play more games.
Oh yeah, Cole's supposed to say that.
Oh, all right. Well, that's all right.